Hey, Sarah Grace here with another vlog update for Fortunate Cookie, which will totally rock your world because I'm doing it. No sarcasm. Anyway, uh-oh, here comes the monster. I gave her a bone to the monster being Nancy Drew, not like the smoke monster from Lost. Although she's kind of like the smoke monster from Lost in many ways, but that's a discussion for another time. Anyway, I gave her some weird granola-looking bone to entertain her while I did this. She's making fast and steady progress on it, though, so I'll be quick. So it's week 11. It's Tuesday of week 11, coming out of last Friday. If you're wondering why there's this thing called light in the room, it's because it's actually sunny out right now, and it feels like maybe spring is coming. Maybe. It's beautiful today. Not that I would know too much about that, because one, Nancy doesn't have her outdoor privileges yet until tomorrow. Like, put her on the ground outdoor privileges. I carry her around to get her used to it, but she's not, like, fully cleared for takeoff. And two, I've been sick, which is weird because this week's fortune is you will enjoy good health. You will be surrounded by luxury. And in some ways, I have not enjoyed good health over the last couple of days. We had a really bad storm here on Saturday night, like really bad. Hurricane force winds, like 75 miles per hour. And my other half was out of town in Seattle for Emerald City Comic Con. So I was here alone with Nancy, but I had made plans to go to this going away party on Saturday and at least make an appearance. I can't really leave her alone for too long, but I thought I'd go for like at least an hour or two. And the weather was terrible, but I totally rallied. I was ready to go. I was like dressed. I was literally walking out the door in 3 minutes. And our fire alarm went off. And it turned out like there was flooding in our elevator from the roof, and like our gates had blown away in our parking garage, and there are these huge iron I didn't know how that happened at all, but it was pretty bad, and I just didn't feel comfortable leaving her with the firemen still here and by herself. So by the time they got that all worked out, it was, I don't know, an hour or two later, and it was sort of past my little space shuttle window of going to this party. But the water in certain regions got contaminated because of the storm, and I didn't think it was our region because I didn't see our city listed. And like we live like right on the cusp of these two counties, so I'm like, not really sure. Well, I was like really, really, really tired on Sunday, like more so than usual, really weird. And then I didn't feel great yesterday either, and I felt terrible last night. And I double checked, and our city was part of the ordinance with the water thing. Great, because Nancy and I had both been, I mean, we have a water filter, but it's like, I don't know that it takes care of it when it does, you have a storm like that. So I felt really bad last night. Like I just felt like I was going to be sick, and I was hot. And then this morning when I was in the shower, I don't know what happened with her, but when I came out, I was like, what's that? Like, I know probably people who have kids deal with this all the time. I've had to deal with it with my nieces a few times, but that's why it's like one of the reasons I don't have kids, because I can usually kind of count on what's going to come out of her. And same thing with Osmo too. And wow, I don't even know what that was. It was like Exorcist. But she seems to be fine now. I'm feeling better. But I don't know if I'd say that that's good health. But I have to be fair, like outside of that, I've felt pretty healthy. I definitely, I've joined this new gym. I mixed up my workout routine. I'm going to classes now. I'm actually enjoying it. It's very comical, and it definitely is writing fodder, if anything else. I'm healthy, knocking on wood. Inside, like in terms of medically, I think I had a physical and I'm fine. I'm in pretty good shape. I'm actually probably in better shape now than I've ever have been in my life. I think the only thing health-wise I've been sort of obsessing about is like age, which I'm not proud to admit that, because I don't want to be one of those people who's like, so, you get older. My grandma Grace, well, both my grandmothers, but my grandma Grace, she's no longer alive, but she just, oh my God. First of all, my other grandmother, Nana, she doesn't age at all. Like, she's seriously, people used to think she was my mom, and people used to think my mom was my sister. So thank God I have a lot of the Harrison genes. But the McCandless genes are good too, because my grandma Grace, like, rocked it until she passed away. Like, she had this awesome long white hair, and she just always had these amazing outfits, and she just looked amazing. So I don't know. I have good role models in that department, and I don't know what's the problem lately. I think you just are your own worst critic. I don't see it as vanity. I don't feel like I'm trying to be vain, and I'm not running around getting like a bunch of plastic surgery. And if even if I did, like if that's your thing, that's what you do. I just I don't know. It's weird because I think in my head I always like I'm like I'm still 16, whatever, and I act like it most of the time. But then when you're getting, dressed or whatever, you're putting your makeup on, you're like, "Whoa, good morning, wrinkles." And it's stuff you didn't notice before. So I'm just trying to focus on the good health part and per my fortune this week and not get sucked into that abyss with the aging thing. Although I did spend an hour last night Googling non-surgical eye lifts. Yeah, I did. I'm not proud of it. The luxury part of my fortune, I don't know, I think that I'm going to focus on that for the next couple of days because I think I need to think about what's luxurious to me and not necessarily by common standards. By the way, the chewing that you hear, that's her. She's a very loud eater, so sorry. And if you hear anything else in the background, I'm really obsessed with XX right now, courtesy of Abby. Thank you for sending me that. Oh my God. I cannot stop listening to it. It's so good. So I'm going to think about luxury. I've got a couple days left. I don't know, St. Patrick's Day luxurious. I'm Irish. McKinley's, hi. Well, I'm actually Scottish. Well, my brother thinks we're Scottish. I don't know. I'm either Scottish or Irish or both. But I could kind of give a shit about St. Patrick's Day. The thing I get most excited about is my dad always does, he always ushers the St. Patrick Day Mass in Detroit and does this thing on WJR in Detroit. And it's he has this tie that he's worn, I think since I was a kid. It's a navy blue tie and it has shamrocks on it. And I don't know if he's still wearing the same one, but that was the highlight of St. Patrick's Day for me. It's my dad was so into it. So, cheers to everyone tomorrow and more to come. Bye.